Hey there guys, Skippy here from Skippy6 Gaming, coming to you with the best villager breeder ever. So I've been doing a lot of the best ofs. You know what, let's go ahead and adjust my mic. You guys might not like this noise, but I'm doing it. So I've been doing a lot of the best evers, so I've been kind of going through all the different tutorials that people like and finding the best way to do it. So this one here, guys, is, as far as I'm concerned, the best villager breeder ever. So this one will offer you a lot of options. It does work on PC, on console, across versions. So basically what we have right here is the villager breeder. As you can see, hearts are going mad. I'm gonna have to do this video in two parts because I'm gonna have to kill these down, because in console edition you have limits as to how many villagers you're allowed to have in an area. So that's why you see this small little process. So long story short, what we're gonna have right here is villager in breed mode. So basically they're always going to be breeding, but when these are pushed in, what happens is no baby villagers will come out of this system. That's good, because when you make it, you're only going to have a couple villagers in there, right? So as long as you keep this closed, those couple villagers will just continue to breed and breed and breed, and until you fill the farm. And then whenever you want baby villagers to actually come out, all you have to do is open the system, and any baby villagers that are made from this point forward will come down the chute and come out. Again, I just closed it, so I think we're getting close to our maximum here. But the best way to run this farm is to actually let it get as full as possible, so that you have them at the cap and then constantly take out one by one. That said, taking villagers far away from this breeder is the best option, because the more villagers, basically if you take these villagers all the way to another map, you will constantly be able to pump villagers out of this farm. That said, I'm going to just add this little part here to show you how easy it is. So if you ever want to get villagers out of this thing and send them on their way, guys, it's this easy. Just make a track going up to here, right here. See how nice and easy it is? Watch this. And there you go. See how easy it is? All you got to do is send him on their way, and he's gone. There you go. Take them off to another map, do whatever you want, and yeah. So for this one here, guys, I'm not going to talk and jibber jabber too much more. Let's go for 348 likes. If you are one of the first 348 people to like this video, let me know in the comments below, and you could get down like Perkmouse. Perkmouse was 195th notification squad, and yeah. So no time to comment. That's cool too. Just go ahead and subscribe, and you can get a shout out like Josh, Watch, Adam, and Happy. So what I'm going to do is do a little cutscene here, because this farm at the moment is probably maxed up, which is why we haven't really seen too many villagers pump out of it just yet. I'm going to kill off all these villagers and get rid of the doors. When you make this farm, guys, make sure you're 65 blocks away from any other village, any other iron golem farm. Wooden doors within 65 blocks is a bad thing for this farm. So yeah, let me get this stuff set up, and we'll get to building. Okay guys, so now that we've massacred all those villagers and got rid of the doors, because we don't want to messing with this new one, I'm going to tell you what you need. Just bring a stack of glass and a stack of blocks. You're probably going to need, give or take, both of those depending on how far away you take your villagers. You're going to need 16 glass panes, 14 doors, I don't know about 14. Yeah, something like that. And 16 sticky pistons, 8 glowstone, 1 bucket of water, 1 minecart, 64 potatoes. Let's see, at least 64 potatoes. I'm going to get more into that. You can use carrots as well, even wheat. 28 redstone, 9 dirt, 3 redstone repeaters, and 1 lever. So let's get into doing this. So let's just drop down here and do it. So basically, you can put this in the ground if you really wanted to. It's up to you. I'm going to put it above the ground because for tutorial purposes, let's just put it right there. So once we've done this, we're going to be feeling pretty good. Let's go ahead and make a 3x3. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Now we're just going to take some solid blocks. Again, they could be whatever you desire, and make a little trough around the outside of it. Let's get rid of this guy, and let's bring it around. Looks good. Pretty simple stuff, and it works super good. So let's get this guy. Once we've done this, we're going to want it outside above these guys. So let's go ahead and bring this guy up. Again, you can use glass for a lot of this if you really wanted to interchange the blocks in the glass. It's up to you. Just make sure that there'll be times when you have to use glass. I'll tell you when those are, and we'll be hunky-dory. So let's do this, and this. Again, you don't need these corners. They're actually just there for whatever. And yeah, so once these guys are done, now what we want to do is basically, what, as you can see on this one over here, pretty much we just want to have it so that we have pistons shooting in front to cover these guys. So basically what we're going to want is to have pistons right here. So basically what we're going to do this is, let's grab our sticky piston right here. Let's do 1 2 3 4. Looks good to me. Let's go ahead and do the same thing on all the sides. Again, make sure that you're not, this guy is going to push here, so right, we're going to want to bring a 1 over, and sticky piston right here like this. Again, this guy's going to cover this guy, so we're not going to want to put it right here. This guy right here, sticky piston, and these are going to be the 16 pistons that I was speaking about in the beginning. So let's do this, sticky pistons right across. Looks good to me. So the one thing that we're going to do here actually is, let's go ahead and let's replace this block here on each one, because we don't want anything going through there and there. So once we've done this, basically the face of these pistons, we're going to want a transparent block. What I do is I alternate between glass and glowstone. That way we got a lot of light in here, because we don't want any zombies coming in this dude. It doesn't really matter as long as you could even just use glass, but I'm going to use both because I want to keep it nice and bright. Ultimately, this is going to cause it so that it's not going to kill anything, basically, if it hits it. We don't want to kill villagers. That would be counterproductive, as this is a villager farm. So let's go ahead. So basically, you can use potatoes or carrots or wheat. I think potatoes and carrots are the best one, personally. So let's go ahead and do this. Actually, what we're going to do here is decide which corner you want your stuff to come out on. So say we want it right here. Let's just go ahead and put a water in the opposite corner. This is going to help keep this dirt hydrated. And then let's just throw these potatoes in now. So I'm using potatoes. Basically, a villager needs 12 potatoes in a single stack of his inventory in order to be willing to breed. Again, this will need some help to start kicking off at the beginning, but this is a good way to do it. We'll maybe bone meal those up after, but we'll see what happens. So when looking at this one over here, you can see basically all we have to do at this point in time is make sure that we put a solid block on top of these guys. I think on this one here, I'm going to make this whole thing glass just to look good. So let's go ahead and put a rim of solid blocks right here. Just like this. This is going to ensure that nothing gets out. And then what you'll see is when these blocks come in, all the villagers will be forced to stay, and when it doesn't, so basically what I'm going to do from this one here is a little different than the first one. Is I'm just going to cover this whole thing with glass. You can use solid blocks if you want. You need to have some glass above them. At least the middle ones make glass, but for the thing, you could really actually just make it all. And then if you really wanted to, you could actually go ahead and throw a few glowstone in there just to make sure, guys. Believe me, I'm telling you, I've made many a villager farm in my day, and I can tell you it does not feel good to come back to your base and see your entire villager farm all zombie. So let's go ahead and run some redstone. This is going to be actually pretty straightforward stuff. As you can see over there, we pretty much just got to run. So let's say that we want our stuff to come here. So that's good. Let's go ahead and let's just go ahead and bring our blocks all the way around. Just like this. And one more. And there you go. So what we're going to do is put our lever right here. But the easy thing to do here is let's grab some redstone dust. We don't need dirt anymore. And just bring your redstone dust all the way around. We're going to add some repeaters after. So basically what I do is I add the repeater right here. So let's just basically skip the one right before each line of pistons. Like this. Grab your redstone repeaters, tree of them. And just make sure, basically redstone signal only goes so far, and we need to extend the signal. So this guy here, this guy here, this guy here. Let's go ahead and grab a lever, and bring it over here, since this is where everything's gonna come out. Sounds good to me. Look what happens. Press the button. everything goes. So now basically, when that lever's pressed, no villagers will come out of this farm, which is actually pretty good. You can't really complain about that. It actually is a positive thing, if you ask me. And it helps build up the farm when you first make it, because you don't want to be bringing, now this way you only got to bring 2 villagers here. So that said, let's open it up. And yeah, pretty much we're almost there. Let's go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get rid of these guys right here. And then what we're going to do is want a space of 2 with a roof on top of it. So get rid of this guy. Let's make another triple set. A triple set means a 3x3. Yeah, nice. So let's grab some doors now, guys. Wooden doors is going to be one of the keys to success. Let's grab a minecart rail. I didn't put this that you need it. I guess it could be in the... I didn't put it in the things you need because it's kind of small. But pretty much let's go over here and put our doors 1, 2, 3. We're gonna extend this. On this one here, I extended it after the fact just because I thought it helped productivity, but it works without it. So let's go over here and 1, 2, 3. And then we're gonna add the doors after. Basically, all you're gonna do here is, because what you want is for the villager to not be able to leave here. That's gonna be a problem, right? Because he's gonna say, hey, I want to be with these other villagers. So go ahead and throw these guys here. If you need a blocker of some sort, do it just so he doesn't jump right away. Again, this might be more difficult in survival, so let's grab our villager egg. Once we grabbed our villager egg, let's go ahead and put a minecart right here. And then for you guys, again, you're just gonna have to get a villager up here in survival. You could just put him on a minecart and bring him right up. It's all up to you. Once we've done this, yeah. So let's try that one more time. And there you go. Once he's in there, you could get rid of these. You're good to go. We could get rid of this. This, and this. Let's move him over a little bit. And there you go. And then I try to throw another 2 doors right here and right here. For some reason, on the first build, I added a few doors because I thought it helped, but I really think this is all the doors you need, actually. So what we also are going to do is cover this guy up. Again, we want some light here, so I'm just going to do a little crisscross pattern. Let's go ahead and grab our solid blocks of choice right here. Now this guy's going to be there forever, and this guy's going to go ahead and get this bad boy going. So what I did do is forget one thing. So what we want to do is ensure that none of the adult villagers go through here. Let's just go around. So what we're going to do is, this is where we use these glass panes. Put glass panes around the whole outside of this thing right here. Right on the top layer here. So now basically only villagers leaving are baby villagers. This guy here just like this. This guy here just like this. And then we could go ahead and put our glass blocks again right here if we desire. Not if we desire, for sure. And yeah, so once these guys are here, we are pretty much completed. So now what we want to do is, we're going to want to put villagers in there. So this is the one thing I'm going to recommend to you. Let's get this guy out. First things first, we're going to want to bring villagers in there. It doesn't matter what type of villagers, but keep in mind that they need 12 potatoes or 12 carrots or 3 bread to become willing to breed. So let's just start these guys going. Let's do ourselves a solid and fast track some stuff. So first things first, you're going to want to probably, if you want to get this going faster, you're going to want to bone meal this up so that it's ready to go. Number 2, bring yourself potatoes. I actually, you know what? I recommend strongly, if you have, 5-6 stacks of potatoes, bring them all. You want to get these guys going because the rate at which this farm is going to pump them is not like the fastest, but ultimately what you want to do is throw villagers in here. So as you can see, they can't fall down, but they're already farming. That's good. There you go. Already made a baby villager right away. So as you can see, it's open. So what's going to happen is, I better get down there quick because this baby villager is going to fly. Let's just block him off for now. So what you want to do is make yourself your little exit. It's going to have a 2 high space. So as you can see, we have our 2 high space. Let's go over here. Look at that. How fast did that work, guys? Come on. Instantly made a baby villager. So from here, it's up to you guys. You could bring them with water. Like I said, I recommend if you're on console edition that you do it with, you bring them to a whole nother map. So that is if you're on PS4 or Xbox One, it will allow you to have more villagers if you actually take these villagers all the way out of here. So let's just block these guys off like this. Throw one more bucket of water here if you really want some love. And let's go ahead and bust this out. We'll just have to fix the mess that I made. And there we go. Villagers pumping this way. That's good. Make sure you take them away. They have to be 8 blocks away before they start to love. So now this is the one thing is, sure, you only have a few. Again, this is the super big hint of the day. If you want this farm to start pumping, let's clear our inventory. Do yourself a solid and start throwing potatoes everywhere. I would say take 5 stacks. That's going to help you get this thing going. Let's go ahead and close the farm. This is going to make it so no babies come out. Any babies that come in are going to stay here, grow up, and help you breed even more. So take these potatoes and fill them up. Every villager needs 12, right? So if you were to have 4 or 5 villagers in here in the first place, you would have a small problem because you would literally need, a stack of potatoes, and then it would take a while before a stack of potatoes actually came in. Again, you could do this with carrots, you could do this with whichever you want, but I find that the one benefit that I found was doing this really sped it up. Start throwing in, just throw mad potatoes in, man. Everybody's got a whole bunch of potatoes. Once you throw in a whole bunch of potatoes, try to hit all the different villagers. Do your thing. They're going to start throwing them at each other. You're going to see, they're going to pick them up, they're going to throw them at each other, and ultimately this cycle will keep going with the potatoes. So at its peak, basically, you're going to need every 12 potatoes farmed is going to get you the ability for one villager to trade or to be able to be willing to breed. As you can see, they're already willing to breed. There is time limits involved because they did just make this little baby villager right here. And yeah, so once you've done that, I think that's good enough. Go ahead and grab some glass, close it off, and guess what? You have an automatic villager farm. Leave it like this until it gets full. If you really want this thing pumping out, the best way to do it is to leave these gates closed. Leave these gates closed until you get, like 15 or, some larger amount. But as you can see, they're throwing potatoes at each other, which means they're willing. And you just got to wait for the cycle of the game. Slowly but surely, we'll be filling up this thing. All you got to do is, like I did on the other one, just take a train track. I would let them grow here, or you could just water them wherever you want. So there you go, guys. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. The best villager farm there is, as far as I'm concerned. Worked instantly. And yeah. If you want the villagers to come out, all you got to do is open it. If you don't want them to come, if you don't want the baby villagers to come out and stay and populate the farm, close it, easy peasy, ready to go. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Don't forget to smash that like. Don't forget as well to subscribe to my channel for some more cool tutorials, guys. Look at that, instantly worked. It does take, I think, from looking at it, 20 minutes for a baby villager to grow. And there is a bunch of random ticks involved. But remember, if you want to beef this up right away, keep it closed for the first 10 villagers. And spam potatoes in there. Do yourself a solid. Put, 5 stacks of potatoes, whatever. Because they do need 12 to be willing, which means that literally you need to have at least 24 potatoes in there before they will actually breed for 2 of the villagers. So yeah, there you go, guys. Don't forget to smash the like. Don't forget as well to subscribe to my channel for some more cool tutorials, let's plays, stuff like that. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one.